addressed or started to discuss our next subject with Rick Yancey, the author, a moment ago, because we're dealing with this issue about the fact that when you come to picking up a good book, it seems more and more of us are turning to e-books or internet shopping for books to get our fix. Latest figures out today show that the number of independent bookshops on our high streets has dropped by almost a third just in the last decade, with the Booksellers Association, which represents 95% of retailers in the UK and Ireland, saying there are now fewer than 1,000 independent bookshops left. Well, joining us now is the author Conrad Jones and Sue Steele, who runs and co-owns an independent bookshop. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Sue, life's all right for you, isn't it? Business is okay in your bookshop. Why do you think you're managing where others are giving up and moving on?
Well, I think things have changed in the book trade, there's no doubt about that. I think the days of being able to expect people just to come through the door and pick up books is gone. Obviously, there's lots of competition from e-books and downloads, so you have to think what you do. And I think for us, we're very clear about what we do. We don't go down the middle, so we don't try and compete on price or online, but we've built a community around our shop. We've got lots of very loyal customers.
So what goes on in the book? So it's not just a bookshop anymore, there's other stuff happening.
No. We've got a cafe as well, which I think helps people to linger and enjoy browsing. I feel a bit like we're inviting them into our second home, really. So it's a warm, welcoming atmosphere. We've got coffee and conversation goes on. We do afternoon tea, where we tell stories about what we've been up to, and I'm sure this will be on it. We've got a knit and natter group. We run lots of book clubs. We'll have a cinema, which we show in the village hall with the old-fashioned reel. Lots and lots of different things that go on that draw in our community of very loyal customers. OK, let's turn to Conrad, because you're a successful author, but you're basically reliant. I mean, you publish physical books as well, but for you, e-books, internet books are the way forward. I mean, do you think independent bookshops have a future?
I think if you're inventive, as Sue obviously is, then she's engaging with the community. So she's got a customer base there, which is hopefully will keep the store open, you know, into the foreseeable future. But for relatively unknown thriller writers like myself, you know, I'm 12 books into my thriller series now, and still relatively unknown. Yeah, I've sold nearly 500,000 books. Now, you know, when you put those figures into perspective, you know, in the old days of paperbacks, the theory was that a bestseller was 10,000 copies within the first 12 months. You know, I did 55,000 copies in the space of 48 hours, you know, so the goalposts are changing dramatically.
And they were all sold on the internet, were they?
All sold on the internet, 55,000 copies in 48 hours. Now, if somebody had said to me when I wrote my first book, you'll be able to shift 55,000 copies in 48 hours, I'd have phoned them an ambulance. You know, the shop window on the internet is huge, but it allows authors, unknown authors like myself, to get out there, build a readership and make a living as a writer.
So, I mean, it must worry you when you hear that basically writers can bypass the bookshop side of things and make their name and their money by doing it themselves over the internet?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we offer is everything that we've got in the shop we know, because we've bought the books and chosen them ourselves. And I think what people come in for is great recommendations as well. Is there an age difference?
Do you find that it's mainly older people who maybe are not using the internet as much who come in as your customers, or is it everybody?
I don't think it is, actually. I think there's an awful lot of older people who are using the internet and e-books, actually. So I think our demographic is right across the age range. I mean, it's fantastic when people bring new babies whose first visit is to the bookshop, and our oldest customer is actually now about 98. So we've got the whole range of things. I hope that we offer something for everybody.
I suppose that's what it's about, not being too niche, not being too specific, but trying to appeal to everyone. I mean, Conrad, can you see a day when actual books, physical paper books, will be the bulk of your business, or do you think you're just thinking e-books?
I'm predominantly an e-book writer, you know, with regards to my sales, not through choice. You know, my first book, which was published in 2008, was published in paperback a long time before it became an e-book. But really, my readership took off with the first wave of e-books, and I was lucky in the fact that I already had a series which was published, which was then turned into e-books. And rather than selling in the hundreds, I was then selling in the thousands, you know, and the first Christmas when ebooks became big, I sold more books on Boxing Day when people were opening the Kindle presents on the Boxing Day than I'd sold all year. So you can see the opportunity for me. It's you've got to grasp it.
Amazing change in it. Thank you both very much indeed. Good luck. Lots of people saying on emails and text to us this morning that they regret the fact that their local bookshops have closed down. A lot of people saying that they miss them. A lot of people hoping that those businesses will go down the road that Sue is talking about and sort of diversifying. That's it from Breakfast for this morning. Bill and Susanna back here tomorrow morning from 6. Until then, enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a good day. Bye-bye.